other guys to add to my record and to my highlight reel. You know, I've been in the gym working hard alongside great champions as well, and now I'm here in Vegas and ready to put on another great show, January 25th.
You know, people look at the tail of the tape, what'll jump right about it, height advantage, reach advantage. Is this a chance to show some like Tommy Burns, Alexis Sark-Whale kind of stuff?
Exactly, for sure, man. So I feel like I'm getting to that level where my opponents kind of, I don't know how to say it, they're kind of like are in a better, it helps me shine better, you know. The higher the level of opponents, the more I'm able to shine and do my work, you know. When you have those weird, awkward fighters, you know, it's not as easy to shine and do what you have to do, you know. But when you have a guy who has some skills and can box as well, I feel like that's easier for me to showcase my talent and what I can do in there. So, yeah, man, I'm just excited to get in there with Steven Nelson, you know, a guy who's been calling me out for some time now, and ready to put in work, man, and show him what DP is about.
You know, last time you headlined in Las Vegas, it was against Sean McCalman, kind of similar build to Steve Nelson. Do you feel like that experience is going to help in this fight?
Oh yeah, definitely. Sean McCalman, you know, shout out to him, he's a great opponent. Gave me some really good experience, and using that experience into this fight as well. Like you said, you know, kind of in the same build. You know, but I'm currently sparring with Carlos Adames, 160-pound WBC champion, who also has a build kind of like that. You know, so you know, I'm doing some great work, man, and I feel great. You know, I feel like I'm in the best shape of my life right now, and just ready to go. January 25th, man, it's gonna be another great night.
How much? Obviously, the city is known for its fighting. How much getting a fight like this is kind of putting that marquee now that gets that people that might just be
yeah, for sure, man. You know, going there against a guy who's also undefeated, I feel like that catches a lot of people's eyes. You know, two undefeated guys going at it. Someone's always got to go, like they say. You know, so that makes for a great fight. You know, when you have two undefeated guys in there, you know, we're trying to protect our own as much as we can. You know, so for sure, man, it makes for a great fight, and I feel like the fans are going to enjoy this. I expect him to be the toughest Steven Nelson we've seen yet. If he's the toughest fight, I won't know if I'll be there with him, but I'm preparing for the toughest fight of my career for sure.
Now, I know you don't want to look at it, but if you get the win, see you in there, like, you know, I know the Canelo fight would be hard to get, but what about a guy like William go down there?
Yeah. You know, before the Steven Nelson fight was we're trying to make a fight with I got the email to make that fight a mandatory to make it a title eliminator. I talked to my team, and that same day we signed those papers and sent them back. And then after that, we never heard again from them building team. But then after that, we tried to make the fight with Trevor McCumbee, and that also didn't go through. And that's how we ended up with Steven Nelson. But of course, you know, now we're looking to Nelson, Alex Pacheco. I'm definitely ready to get in there with the best.
So is it fair to say that these guys are helping you?
I just feel like I'm kind of a high risk, low reward fight for a lot of guys right now. So kind of like my last fight with Zaleski. Before the Zaleski fight, we tried to make the fight with Eric Bazignan. But then he got the Mugia fight, which is like, I can't blame him. You know, if I got the Mugia fight, I would have put him aside too. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what it is. I feel like I'm only 23 years old, so a lot of guys that's like they don't really win much, I guess, going like fighting against me. I feel that's how they see it. But it's getting to the point now where they won't be able to deny me. You know, after this fight, and hopefully get in there with another guy who's ranked a little higher, and then I'll be up there just getting in there with all the top guys.
So is this the year to officially become a contender?
Well, I consider myself a contender already. I'm ranked number 1 in the WBO. I'm ranked number 3 in the WBC. So I consider myself a contender. You know, I feel like I'm up there, and I believe in myself a lot, and my skills and my hard work. And I'm just ready to get in there with the best of them.
You know, Jose thinks, your trainer, Jose Benavides, he doesn't think Canelo would ever really take that fight. But like you said, you are already number 1 for the WBO. What would that fight look like? Why would you be able to overcome such a big gap in experience?
I just feel like I'm one of those guys who's a rare talent. I feel like you don't really see a guy 6'4" who can box, who can also bang on the inside. One of the few guys who you see that can box and move around at 6'4" is Usyk. And I like to also bring up Bam Rodriguez, who's a great fighter with great footwork, has a great jab, and I feel like I have those things as well. I have a great jab. In some fights, I haven't been able to display it as much as I would want to because I haven't really needed to. But like I said, as competition goes up, then that'll allow me to showcase more of my skills and what I can do in the ring. And that's why I'm excited for this fight with Steven Nelson. I feel like he's a good boxer. He's a guy who has some skills, and I'm excited to get in there with him and just show the world what I can do once again.
What's the right mentality and style you think that'll get the most out of what you got when you're built like Tommy Hearns, but you got the Mexican blood. You're from South Central, so you like to go toe to toe sometimes too. What do you think is the right fine line to walk to get the most out of what you can do?
I just feel like honestly, I'm a guy who obviously I have the height, I have a good jab, I have good footwork, so I like to establish my jab, get out there with my long punches. Usually guys, I start to notice they get frustrated when they can't get on the inside, and that's when it opens up for me to land those body shots, those uppercuts, those check hooks when they're coming in. So, just guys who want to come in and fight with me, I love those guys because, it makes my job easy. But, yeah, man, I feel like as the competition gets harder and the skills of my opponents get better, then it'll allow me to showcase more of my skills.
Can you win fights just off the jab and the right hand, or is that too boring for you?
Exactly. That's what I was about to say, man. Like I can literally control a fight with just my jab. Sometimes in sparring sessions when I'm feeling a little like lazy or tired, I do that. Just stick to my jab and I'm fine. But like you said, it could get boring. Fans really don't want to see a jab clinic. You know what I'm saying? So I like to get in there, bang. Sometimes I stay in there, catch and shoot too. You know what I mean? So I work on all those things. I'm a guy who's defensively very disciplined. I take my defense very serious. You guys haven't seen me get hit very much in my fights, so that's something that I like to work on a lot, and you guys will continue to see that in my upcoming fights.
Diego, in your opinion, what do you think is the most dangerous part of your opponent, Steven Nelson? Like, what do you have to look out for the most, you think?
I feel like those big overhands. I feel like he's going to be throwing a lot of overhand rights, a lot of big left hooks. Something I've been working on a lot on, catching and shooting back. But I feel like the main key for me is just establishing that jab, and then everything else will come behind that. And like I said, just watching out for those big hooks that he was going to come in throwing.
Do you think he's going to try to make a name off you? You're the young guy coming up, right? You're basically the A side. He's coming in his mid to late 30s, saying, "Oh, I'm going to teach this kid a lesson," right? Do you think he has a bit of a chip on his shoulder? For sure.
I feel like for him, this is probably like now or never for him. He's like you said, 36 years old. He's going up against a guy who's ranked #1 with the WBO. So obviously he wants that. He wants to be the #1 guy to contend for a world title at his age. But I'm here to stay, man. I'm here to do what I do, and I'm not letting anyone take that from me.
I can tell you got some marks up on your face, man.
Yeah.
Sparring's been pretty rough.
Oh yeah. With Carlos Adames, man, it's been great work. He's a champion for a reason. And I think February 22nd, he's still going to be a champion.
Thank you, man.
And man, how do you think Benavidez does? Your gym mate a week after you fight. How do you think that fight goes with Morrell, man?
I think David, he's looking very good. I've been in the gym with him for the past 2 weeks, and he's been looking great shape, doing some amazing things in the ring. Like always, David's a monster. So I think he'll take care of business February 1st. I think he might even get the stoppage against David Morrell.
What do you think of like Morrell isn't this huge underdog at the books, even though there's this big experience gap for Benavidez. A lot of people are looking at Morrell's athleticism and speed and all the. What do you think?
Skills. Yeah, for sure. No, David Morrell is a guy that you can't take lightly. You know what I'm saying? He's a great fighter. He's up there for a reason. You know what I mean? One of the best Cubans out right now. So. Yeah, it's going to be a great fight, but I just feel like David is one of those guys, too, who's a monster and just doesn't let anyone take it from him, you know what I mean? And when he's in there, he's going in there for the kill. And, of course, I feel like Morrell is maybe going to be his toughest opponent yet. But yeah, man, I still see David coming out on top.
What is, if you had to like sum it up for the boxing fans, like what is it that's going to allow him to prevail against a Cuban monster? Like he's the Mexican, like this dude's a monster too. What do you think he's got that's going to allow him to prevail? Like,
I think he has a really good jab. He's a good fighter. He keeps his distance really well, so that I feel like he's gonna make it hard for David in the early rounds. But like we saw with Caleb Plant, Caleb Plant was doing a great job boxing the first 2 rounds when he fought David, but then David just has that chip in his shoulder where he's just coming forward. Even on the clinches, he's still punching. He's still getting punches in, and I feel like when you're boxing a guy like David and he just keeps coming forward no matter what you do, it just makes it hard mentally for you to keep that same game plan and stick to it, because you have a monster like him throwing big punches, coming in throwing punches in bunches. It's hard. And that's something that I've been very grateful of, that I've been able to do a lot of rounds with David and sparring in the gym, and just boxing a guy like him who's constantly coming forward and throwing punches. I feel like that's a great experience for me as well, and I'm super grateful for that experience with David.
When was the last time you guys sparred?
Last time we sparred was last year. When we're starting camp was like November, around November. Yeah.
So pretty, just 2 months ago.
Yeah. When we're starting, it was like October, November when we're sparring.
Is there do you feel like there's anything underrated about Benavidez that you only know if you get in the ring with him, that you can't maybe see from the outside?
His defense, bro. His defense is crazy. Like, and
Morrell's calling him RoboCop. He's trying to say he has no defense.
That's what I'm about to say, bro. Like, you can't tell because he stands so straight. He stands so straight but all he's really good at pulling back. He's coming back with punches. And then I feel like every camp, he's also getting better. He's learning. And one thing about David, bro, is he films everything and he watches everything to the little details, to the little footwork thing. Everything to the shoulders. And he corrects all those things, and he shares the knowledge with me as well. He's always giving me tips and things that he thinks will work for me. And that's one thing I appreciate about him. He has a lot of experience, and he's always looking to share that knowledge with everyone.
Is this like top secret fighter stuff, like stuff you guys keep the certain secrets and gems to fighters only kind of stuff?
Yeah, for sure. But he shares it with everyone here, like even Daniel Blanca's, Salcido, who's fighting Cruz, all these guys. I always see him trying to share knowledge with everyone, not just me. So that's something that I respect a lot, because man, he doesn't have to do that. You know what I mean? He's a champ, man. He don't gotta come in here and teach nobody anything, but he does it out of love and out of just wanting to see us be great as well. So you gotta respect that, and of course, we support him as much as he supports us.
What's the biggest thing you learned
I feel like just honestly, what made me want to come to Seattle, like I moved from LA to Seattle to train with them, because it's just like the motivation, bro, and like the hunger that they train with. David is probably one of the hardest workers I've ever been with, and when I first came to Seattle, I was staying at his house with him, I was running with him every day, I was conditioning with him every day, sparring, boxing training, so when I got a little taste of what he does, I'm like, man, this is what I gotta be doing, fuck that shit I was doing in LA, like I gotta come up here and do this. And that's what I did. I've been doing it now for the past 4 years, and I feel like it's really brought my game up a lot, in every aspect, conditioning-wise, hunger-wise, the punches I put out, the things I do in the ring, it's everything. I feel like I've always been a talented fighter, since the amateurs. I was an 8-time national champion. I only lost 5 times in the amateurs, and after that, translating it to the pros, being with a great team like this, who's the dad, Benavidez, has been in a lot of world championship fights. I feel like that's the guidance I needed. That was the missing piece in my career, and now that I'm here, I feel great, man. I feel like every camp I'm getting better, every fight I'm getting better, and everything is playing out the way it should.
So if you got to go 12 rounds, you got the conditioning.
For sure, man. I've been doing 12 rounds since I've been with David.
I know, but you've never got it.
Yeah, no, I didn't. No, I haven't gone 12 rounds yet, but I've gone 10 with McCollum. Yeah, we went 10, and that was a good fight. You know, if we needed to do 12, I could have won 12 too. Right, you know, so conditioning and being in shape and all that is never a worry for me. And also making weight at 168 is easy for me. I feel super comfortable there, and I'm just excited, man, to go 23-0, 19 knockouts after the 25th, and then see what comes after that.
You stay in the gym all year round?
Oh yeah, for sure. I stay in shape all year round. Even if I don't have a fight day, you know, boxing is what I love to do. It's my life, you know. So just waking up every day in the morning and just like being able to go to the gym at whatever time I want, like it's like what else would I really ask for? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I could just sleep in if I want to, and then go to the gym, or wake up early, knock it out, and I have the whole day to myself. You know, so it's really nothing to go to the gym and put some work in.
Thank you.
Thank you, dude.
Yeah, thanks, bro. Thank you.